What is up, gearheads and tech fanatics? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Harry, and today we are diving deep into what Carlinkit calls their high-end flagship, the brand new and premium Carlinkit Tbox Ultra. If you have a car with wired Apple CarPlay or wired Android Auto, you know the pain, limits, wires, and no fun. Well, this little box promises to turn your boring infotainment screen into a full-blown Android-powered smart display. We are talking Netflix, YouTube, Google Maps, a built-in 5G modem, and the power to run it all faster than ever. And what's outstanding in this device is that this is probably one of the only Android AI boxes in the market right now that runs on Android version 15. So be sure to watch this video till the very end, as I have an exclusive discount coupon for you all to use on your Carlinkit purchases. So what exactly is the Tbox Ultra? Well, it's an Android AI box. You plug it into your car's USB port, the one that runs wired CarPlay or Android Auto, and your car thinks it's an iPhone or an Android phone. But instead, it launches an entire Android 15 operating system right on your factory screen. I got the 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of ROM variant, which actually is the only available variant on their website too. Perhaps this is some sort of a misprint here on the box, since this is one of the earliest review units, not really sure though. Anyways, the Carlinkit Tbox Ultra is not only an Android AI box, but also a wireless adapter for both Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto, thus making this a complete package for anyone looking to buy a device of this sort. In the box, we straight away get to see the Tbox Ultra. Let's keep this aside for now, and underneath the tray, we get all of the remaining stuff. We get some paperwork in a few different languages, a SIM ejector tool, 2 USB cables of type A to C and C to C, either of which can be used depending upon your car, and a dual USB power cable, which can be used in conjunction to the USB A to C cable to draw sufficient power if needed, if for example there is any shortage of power, that is. Let's now come back to the elephant in the room, which is our Tbox Ultra. This one looks really nice in this blue color, which at the time of recording this video is the only available color option. The build quality, as with all of the other Carlinkit devices I've reviewed so far, is just fantastic. Size-wise, it's literally a mirror image of the Tbox UHD, aside from some of the features which we need to discuss. You can very well notice the extreme wear and tear on the white Tbox UHD here, as I've been grinding it almost every day ever since I reviewed it mid last year. It's just that good. The only visible differences on these two units are these two ports here on this side. The newer Tbox Ultra does not get both the mini HDMI as well as the USB-A ports. And while the USB-A port will surely be missed by many people, including me, I honestly doubt most people would even care about the absence of the other one. Reason being that the mini HDMI port is an output port and can be used only on an external screen to get a similar interface, but just a lot bigger. Not many people actually use this feature, I believe. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about this mini HDMI port. Anyways, other than these two, there are some other major differences on the inside as well. Few of them worth mentioning here are that the older Tbox UHD gets half the internal memory or ROM, 4G SIM support instead of 5G. The processor that we get in the newer Tbox Ultra is also better in comparison, even though they all have equal number of total cores in them. Bluetooth version this time around is also a bit better, but the most important difference in all of them is that this newly launched Tbox Ultra now gets Android version 15 out of the box, which also can be upgraded as and when that becomes available to us on the user interface in the future. When it comes to setting it up, honestly, it's ridiculously simple. Just plug and play. That's it. I just plugged the USB A to C cable into my Kia Sonnet's USB A port, waited around 30 seconds for the initial boot, and bam, I was looking at an Android home screen or an Android tablet, if you may. No coding, no complex pairing whatsoever. My car immediately recognized it as a new CarPlay device. That itself is a huge win for ease of use. This device is compatible with cars that have either wired CarPlay or wired Android Auto. Both will work just the same. My car is compatible with both. Once the device has been connected in your car and you see these lights up front, you can now change the mode to Android Auto. Do note that this method does not work if the device is not connected in your car. The green light around this small button denotes that the device is currently running on Apple CarPlay. Changing the mode to Android Auto will change this light from green to blue. Simply use the provided SIM ejector tool to press and hold the button at the front for about 2 to 3 seconds. And after a few seconds, you can see the CarPlay logo disappear from the head unit. Shortly after, we can see the Android Auto icon being highlighted on the screen. Once done, we'll get to see a similar startup page on the car screen like we saw a few minutes ago. Everything here works very similar to the CarPlay mode, including every app and their functionality. And in order to switch back to Apple CarPlay mode, simply repeat the steps just shown. Now let's talk performance, because this is where the Ultra name earns its stripes. The number one complaint with older AI boxes was lag or latency. That sluggish feeling when you open any app or switch between screens. Carlinkit addresses this with a serious hardware bump. We're looking at the Qualcomm SM6350, also known as the Snapdragon 690, which is the dual-core processor with an octa-core configuration, paired with a massive 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage. That is laptop-level memory. Everything is buttery smooth, better than ever before, and we still get the floating bubble feature, which has the much-needed back button. Split screen is essential in cars that have large screens, where you can run any two compatible apps side by side without losing any smoothness. Great option when using GPS with any other app. And with the 8 gigs of RAM, this split screen setup runs without breaking a sweat. Entertainment apps such as Netflix, Jio Hotstar and YouTube, they all run flawlessly. The display quality is limited to your car's screen resolution, of course, but the playback is smooth. And the audio sync is spot on. Perfect for passengers or for those parents waiting to pick up the kids. And even though this device does support video playback while the car is in motion or on the road, I always recommend my viewers to watch any videos only when the car is parked for safety purposes. Even games run a lot smoother on the Tbox Ultra owing to the upgraded specs. Just pair your favorite Bluetooth controller and you're good to go. And when it comes to customization, we get all the previous options here as well, like the several RGB lights on the device, apps shortcuts on the home screen, and even the option to change the layout of the screen. Even though this is a full Android box, its fundamental job is to provide wireless connectivity. You can use the Tbox Ultra as a simple, powerful wireless adapter. There's a dedicated AutoKit app that lets you switch into pure wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto mode. And the connection, stable as rock. I experienced zero dropouts in the duration of my testing. The latency is minimal, barely noticeable when navigating or skipping tracks. For iPhone users who only want wireless CarPlay but with zero lag, this Tbox Ultra is actually a fantastic, albeit overkill option because of the sheer power of the chipset. All my steering wheel controls, my factory voice assistant, they all still work perfectly when interacting with the Tbox Ultra, whether I'm in wireless Android mode or wireless Apple CarPlay mode. And you don't lose any of your car's original functionality, you just add to it.
Expect some clear skies in New Delhi today. The high temperature will be 31 degrees and low will be 20.
Hello?
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 Alright, after some heavy use of this device, let's get into the pros and cons of the Tbox Ultra, because nothing is perfect. As for the pros, or the good stuff, sheer performance. 8 gigs of RAM and the new Qualcomm chipset means virtually zero lag. This is the fastest AI box that I've tested so far. Built-in 5G. The freedom of having dedicated data in your car without relying on a phone hotspot is a massive quality of life upgrade. Android version 15.0. Future-proofing and the access to the latest apps and features from the Play Store. Flawless wireless connectivity. The cleanest, most stable wireless CarPlay and Android Auto you can get from an AI box. Expandable storage. 256 gigs of internal memory plus the 512 gigs of microSD slot. You will never run out of space for media. And now the caveats. Initial boot time, 30 to 40 seconds for a full Android cold boot can feel long if you're just popping into a store quickly. This is something that the Tbox Ultra shares with most other Android AI boxes, quite similar in this regard. Setup time, installation and logging into all of your video apps, Netflix, Prime, etc. can be a bit tedious using the car's touchscreen. A Bluetooth mouse or keyboard does help, but it's still a chore even though it's a one-time thing. Overkill for some. If all you want is wireless CarPlay for Spotify and Waze, a much cheaper Carlinkit dongle will do the trick. You only need the Ultra if you want the full entertainment system. And price, let's be real, this is a premium product. It is significantly more expensive than a basic wireless adapter. You are paying for the Ultra performance and those extra features. So, if you're a long-haul commuter, a frequent road tripper, or just someone who wants the absolute best, most fluid and most feature-rich infotainment experience possible without changing your factory head unit, then the Tbox Ultra is worth the premium price. The combination of the powerful processor, the huge RAM, and that built-in 5G modem elevates this from a useful gadget to a legitimate replacement for a dedicated tablet in your car. It truly transforms your car screen into a powerful, connected connected smart device. If you're coming from an older AI box, the performance leap alone is a compelling reason to upgrade. No more lag, just smooth, fast Android in your car. However, if the price tag is a bit worrisome for you, then might I suggest watching my comparison video on the rest of the Carlinkit AI box lineup. That video will certainly help you make an informed decision. In order to purchase the Tbox Ultra, you can visit the official website of Carlinkit. And don't forget to select the device specific to your region. Use my exclusive discount coupon HarryWT to get a 25% off on your purchase to buy any of Carlinkit products for the next couple of weeks only during this festive season. But after this limited time period has expired, you can still enjoy my all-time 20% off discount on all of your purchases on the website. At the time this video is being recorded, this premium device can be yours for a premium price tag of $329 US. However, if you use my discount code HarryWT during this limited time period, you would get a massive discount of $82.25. And even after that, the discount would still be around $66 if you ever decide to buy it later on, that is. So what do you guys think of the Tbox Ultra? Let me know in the comment section below. Would you pay such a premium price for an Android AI box? Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more in-depth reviews, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And have a spooktacular Halloween.